Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday, and we are here on the Tuesday morning brew. Did you bring your coffee? Is what I want to know. Drinking coffee today, not tea. Although I be drinking because my voice is still kind of iffy. Was talking a lot this weekend at Texoma Comic Con. Cheers to Dash Hooper, who was here in the chat, and for coming out to, yes, for coming out to Texoma and hanging out with me on Saturday. We had a blast. I hope, Dash, I know you had a blast, but I just saying, like, it was such a great day. You brought your tea? Excellent. Well, you're allowed tea because you are British. So don't worry. If you were here and drinking tea, we would dump it in the off the boat because that's how we handle that. Not only did I see Dash Hooper and George Medina and Sam Vera and William Russell and Andrea, Ken Salinas, I saw Dan Price, Von Fox, Kevin Lewis, Robert Bevan, Wade Codling, Lacey Kruger, Chris and Kim Hayes. Like, there were so many people there. And if you are in North Texas, hey, if you're in any part of Texas or Oklahoma, you should definitely come see this show. I will be there next year. I will go every year to this con because I always have so much fun. It's like, these are your people, it's like you see their faces on the screen, right? It's like Dash and I, we see each other on the screen, but to see each other in person, I don't know. It's just that extra level of, it's like getting to know your people. It's like you see them I don't know. And I would love to invent teleportation so I could teleport my butt to all the conventions all over the country so I could see everybody in person, because there's a whole list of people that I would love, guys from the gaming network, Pops Van Zandt and Christopher Brown and Nem, and I mean Dustin. They're all over, and that's what's so cool about indie comics is that we all are I can't talk. We're all over, but we're united in our kind of cause. So when I was on last night and I was showing off, some of the really cool stuff that I got at the con, and then stuff that came in the mail while I was at the con. But I didn't show you one thing. I kept something for this morning. And so while I was at the con, I got to see Arlise Delgado. If you're not familiar with her, she's a great fan. She reads Path of the Pale Rider, and she's the lovely lady that makes all of the bracelets. Good morning, Lou. So I was able to pick up the bear bracelets off the campaign. So if you wanted to see them, I have them. Look, they're so gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. And so here's all 4 of them. And so if you got one of these bracelets, I'm so excited for you because they're gorgeous. And so I'll put these in some boxes before they ship so nothing happens to them. But I love the little like faux blood bead. If you could see it. I don't want to take it out of the bag. I want it to be official. You know what I mean? But they have like blood drops in the bead. They're so cool. So the bears are here. The bear bracelets are here. And I will keep them safe for you until everything ships out together. So that's what's been going on. And of course, if you didn't see, my kids are having a blast with this right now because it's 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Yeah, I did it. I hope they're proud of me. This is what I'm dealing with. So someone please back so it cannot be 6-7, 6-7. And if we can move forward from here so I don't have to hear the from my kids tonight, I would greatly appreciate it. If you got $1, I don't know. That would be great. I would highly appreciate that because I love them, but they drive me crazy with this silly nonsense. It doesn't even mean anything. Like what is this? The power of Laurie compels you. Yes. The power of Laurie compels you to help me not be annoyed by my children. Dylan, good morning. Says, I want to pop in and say hi. I'm going to go back and watch later. I would love to meet you at a con. Yes, I know. And it's like, someone needs to invent teleportation so I can, because it's the driving, it's the hotel, it's the table fee. And then of course, it's a lot of work. If you haven't heard, like William Russell and I talk about all that goes into the things that we do, comics and running a con and setting up a book signing. I suggest listening to some of those because we really go into detail about all the things that are involved. So if we aren't coming to your con, it's not that we don't love you. We would love to be there. It's just either too far or conflicts with something or something. It is what it is. But enough about me. Let's bring in today's guest, who is straight from the blizzard in New York. Let's bring in our guest, Ian Miller. Good
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you. Good morning.
How are you? Are you from the frozen tundra of New York? You staying warm?
Yes, we did survive, and yes, I'm staying warm. I just finished shoveling last night because the plows just came in and just buried my car. So I had to shovel my car out. So that was fun.
Gosh dang it. Like you had one job. You have one job. No? Buries your
It
car.
just happened.
Well, then they always they just plow straight, so they block your driveway. So you have to go and shovel out your driveway. Hey, your ears must have been burning. We were talking about you just a second ago. Haha. Good morning, William Russell. So I'm glad that you're surviving and staying. I know. I was telling Ian before the show, I was like, every day I talk to Pops Van Zandt, he's telling me he's shoveling snow.
It does suck. It
is what it is. And that's why y'all should move south because we don't shovel snow down here. We have a snow shovel. I think we've used it once.
For the sleet, as I understand it.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta chip the ice on the driveway with it. Come on, you've said this. As your car is covered in snow. Right. Dylan says, before I leave, I believe Ian was the first guest. Oh, it's so great. Did I watch on your channel last year? Amazing. Wow. Isn't that great? It comes full circle. Yeah. And it takes that long to get back on the show.
Well, we're both busy people, I just had you on last week on my show, true. So yeah.
I know, and we always do this. I feel like we always tag each other and tag you're it. You come on my show, I'll go on your show.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just love it.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm having deja vu. Did we do this last year, Ian? And you were like, yep, we sure did.
Well, because it's been a while since we actually been on each other's shows, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so for anybody that is in the chat that is not familiar with Ian Miller, where have you been? Why don't you tell them what you're doing? Hey, George Medina, how are you doing? He's still hopefully in sunny Texas.
I love this guy. I gotta have him back at my show.
Yeah, he can tell you a story about being stranded in Texas for the snowpocalypse, New York, 2026.
Oh God.
He's at the airport.
Oh. Okay. He's at the airport. I hope you get a flight home, George. I really hope you do.
I was gonna say, how are the roads though, Ian? You said it's still pretty snowy.
The roads are getting better. They have. It's just weird because the plows, wait until last night because again it was still technically snowing. So they want to wait until the snow stops.
Mm-hmm. It was can you land the plane in New York? That's the question. Flying there is one thing. Landing is something else. Anyway, please tell everybody, just brief, because you've already done your origin story, because this is not your first rodeo with the Brew. But remind everybody who you are, what you do, because you wear all the hats as usual, and then some. And then we'll start talking about what you've been up to for the last year.
Okay, so you could tell from the banner underneath my name, I'm the co-founder of Triple Threat Comics, and I'm also the creator, writer, artist, sometimes colorist of my sci-fi spy series, Codename Hunter.
Which is a great name, by the way. And as soon as you sent it to me, I was like, shut up. This is the name of your series? I was like, this is such a great name. Because it's it's spot on.
Laurie loved the series. She was loving, yeah. That was the thing. We traded our comics, a while back, and I just fell in love with her writing, and I really want her to write an issue of Codename Hunter with me
Ooh.
because she would have a lot of fun with it.
I would, but everybody would be dead at the end. No, just kidding.
Which is why I think you should, write one of the characters.
Yeah, okay, all right. What's like, how many things can I blow up in one issue?
She would go hog wild, folks. She would go hog wild, so that's fine. That's fine
That
with
would be
me.
fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, artist,
So,
writer, creator, spy series. Continue.
mhm. Right now, I'm also developing another superhero series. It's another science fiction, but it's also a western as well.
Ooh, ooh, speaking my
Yes.
language.
Hmm.
Is this the one you
Well,
weren't going to tell me about on your show?
no. That's a horror
Oh,
comic that I'm
okay, okay,
working on
okay.
right now.
Sorry.
I can't really
Sounds
talk about that.
delicious.
But yeah, I'm almost done with that because that's 4 pages and the artwork's just coming out great.
That's awesome. So, what's the Western about? Tell me more.
All right. It's pretty much the Shadow mixed with the Punisher, mixed with Death Wish, but in science fiction. The Western
Okay.
really comes from, I'm taking a lot of Clint Eastwood, like in Unforgiven, like
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt Earp. That's another one
Mm-hmm.
because the main character loved watching westerns with his dad.
Uh-huh. Awesome.
Yeah, and he's battling crime in his neighborhood, which has gone way out of control. There's now a gang war happening. So yeah,
I just have this idea of like modern times and like people like gang neighborhoods and there's this dude dressed up as a cowboy in the middle of it, like, aha. And they're like, who's this psychopath? Like,
well, I can't wait to unleash it. I'm just in the middle of writing it, taking a first
yeah.
stab at the first draft. But I'm very excited about it because this is something that I've been wanting to write for a while now, this type of story. And it's completely different from what I'm used to writing for Codename Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
Because I
that's
wanted to write
good.
something with an edge.
With an edge, you say. I
And
feel
there
like
she
Codename
goes.
Hunter's pretty edgy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is. But this is more, it's more for mature audiences, I would say.
Okay, I understand. Gotcha.
Yeah,
But I love that you do that. I feel like as writers, we can also get typecast into genres, you know,
yeah.
where it's like I'm kind of path is I don't know, path is kind of a weird mishmash. And so I think it's easier for me to get pulled into different things. But a lot of times people are like, Laurie, will you help us write a Western? And I'm like, sure. But I'm also do horror, right? And I didn't do like apocalypse and sci-fi and just don't ask me to write romance. I won't know what I'm doing. Um, but but I think that's great. Like to be able to go into someone else's world or do something just completely different genre. It really shows, your willingness to try different things and to grow as a writer. Because how else would you? You know?
Well, I will tell you a little bit about the horror story that I wrote. I will tell you about
Mhm.
that I'm illustrating just a bit. I got the inspiration when I was watching Halloween Ends in the movie theater.
Okay.
I won't tell you specifically why this is connected to it, but I got inspired to do that, and I was like, this is really the first time I'm tackling a horror story, so what are the tropes here? What can I do differently? Or how much can I go into the tropes?
Yeah.
And I will
And
tell you, horror is not my ideal genre. I will tell you that. There's certain horror that I actually do like in movies and comics and whatnot. Like for example, I'm a big fan of the Evil Dead series,
yes. Okay.
and it's mostly because it has a lot of comedy in the later installments. But the horror aspects I thought was very well done.
Yeah, I think that Evil Dead, the earlier ones, and see now I wonder about this because usually the earlier ones are the scarier ones, that try to take themselves seriously. But as kind of like the series goes on, this element of comedy starts to seep in. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in your opinion? What do you think about that?
Well, in terms of that type of horror, I think it was good that the comedy came in because there are some pretty horrific scenes even in Evil Dead 2 that you didn't see coming. Like you have
Yeah.
the evil Ed character with the multiple mouths, the layers of teeth. You didn't see
Mhm.
that coming. Um, you didn't see the possessed hand, happening.
Right. That part was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah. Then of course there's the dead girlfriend coming back doing the ballet scene. You're like, okay, what's happening here?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But I don't know. To me, I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think if they do it right, like, I think with Evil Dead specifically, I think they did it right because even
Yeah,
though it could be comical, it was still scary in a way. Almost like, what's that other movie? Cabin in the Woods,
yeah,
where it's like, it is scary, but, like, when they get underground and there's, like, it's a unicorn, and you're like, "What the F?" And then it just, like, gores somebody and runs away, and you're like, "Okay, no, that's still scary." It's funny and scary, but I feel like some of those older, Freddy Krueger and, like, Jason and, they get campy funny, and it takes away, in my opinion, from I don't know, I just don't like it, you know? Doesn't appeal to
that
me.
that is true. Let's talk about Freddy and Jason for example. Let's talk about this a bit more.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm
this
Street.
is why, and I was gonna say this too. This is Chris Roberts, by the way. Comedy allows a wider audience appeal. However, it di dilutes, I think you were trying to say, dilutes the horror, but I think that's a good thing too. Like, there's some parts where you get so scared where you almost need that, like, relief for just a second before the next scary part. Anyway, what were
Yeah.
you gonna say, Ian?
Okay, we can all agree the first Nightmare on Elm Street was scary, right? There's no real
Yes.
humor in there. Then the writers started really diving in, saying, "Okay, let's really make Freddy out there. Let's just push the envelope to see what really attracts the audience." So there's a lot of experimentation to say, okay, what goes and what. Yes, I agree with you. With you are correct. I am agreeing with you on that.
I was like,
Yeah,
I got it. It's good. I know what you meant.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
you just started
we'll
pushing it
notice
the wrong
certain.
way, though.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll notice that the installments weren't always up to par with what it should have been.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of that is written into the script or, and people, like, love to bash a movie for not fulfilling what they're looking for, but I always wonder at what point did that happen? Was it the writer? Was it the director? Was it the executives that were like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna send this back to you because it needs to be a little bit more funny because it's way too serious," you know? Because someone's making that decision somewhere, but I just don't know who because there's so many moving parts, but it's like, I wish I wish they didn't, you know? That campiness is like, "Okay, now we're done. We need to start over."
Yeah,
Start
it's
over.
probably a combination of all those elements, because again, the executives are probably watching the dailies and say, okay, we need some humor here because we need to really break from this horror stuff.
Yeah,
We need you guys to be a little bit like Evil Dead 2. We need you guys to be doing that.
but they just never capture it. Like, Evil Dead 2
No.
is great because, like you said, it's a dancing undead ballerina. It's like, "What are we doing here? This is terrifying. Put the knives down, Britney Spears." Um, right? But it's like with Freddie, and he's, like, saying these one-liners, and I was just like, "This it's not scary anymore. It's not scary anymore." Did they even
That's
try to
what
be funny? I don't remember if they were trying to be funny in Hellraiser in some of them.
I felt maybe like in the second one, they would
There
try
was
to be
some
funny.
point I think they were trying, because my husband likes those movies, so we were watching them, and I was like, "What are they doing?" I was like, "Come on now." Like, there's nothing scary. There should be nothing funny about a Cenobite.
No.
Why are we cracking jokes? Anyway,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
with your horror project that's coming, where do you fall in that range?
I would say would fall towards the slasher image. That would say that, but mine is pretty much straight up horror.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no real funny lines in it. There's maybe one or two things that are funny. Because it's very relatable. That's the thing. You have to make it relatable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no, mine is just straight up horror.
I'm all for that. That's what I prefer.
Well, because I like the twists, I like the turns, and
Yeah.
also I also grew up watching Tales from the Crypt, the television series. And obviously, a lot of those are very funny, but some of them are just pure horror.
They're pretty dark. Yep. I grew up watching those too, unbeknownst to my parents. Sorry, mom and dad. Um, I don't even remember where we watched those, but we used to watch probably at Megan's house. Hey, Will Studios, how you doing? We making comics? Yes, yes, we are. We're talking about writing horror and multiple genres right now, which
Yeah.
not everybody gets to do as a writer. Um, so what was it where I mean, like I already talked about kind of my thing where I like to go and experience all the different genres to kind of push myself as a writer. What is it for you though, where you're like, I'm doing secret agent, I'm doing horror, and I'm doing Western? What's the drive there? What's the reasoning?
I don't want to limit myself. I really
Yeah.
don't, because I want to see where it could go in the genres. That's the first thing. And to me, they're just stories. I don't think about the genres until, I'm like deep in the middle of writing it. And it's exciting because, again, it just shows you what you're capable of in terms of writing. So I don't have to stick to one genre specifically. I mean, do I like certain genres? Absolutely. But I don't have to stick to certain ones.
That's funny that you say that you don't really think about the genre as you're writing it, because I feel the same way, and
Yeah.
it isn't until I'm trying to pitch the story where I'm like, "I don't know, if you like this, this, and this is kinda what's in here."
Yeah.
So, that's how it works for me.
It's also experimentation. I'll give you a
Mhm.
perfect example. When I first started writing Codename Hunter, it was just going to be a straight up action thriller set in modern times. Because at that point, I was influenced by the show 24, but I was writing too much like 24. So I'm like, okay, how can I make it different? So I
Yeah.
thought about science fiction. I was actually watching Back to the Future Part 2, the future stuff. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do this in science fiction because that's something I don't really see very much in that. I mean, the closest I think is to that a secret agent in science fiction is Total Recall,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
but you don't really see this in mainstream comics or in any indie comics that I've seen. So I'm like, let's just do it. Let's just do it in science fiction. Let's see what I can do because I can open up the world a bit more, say more
Yeah,
about the technology at the time, and just go crazy.
yeah. And now when I read it, I was seeing a lot of, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Just like, the one thing I really love about that movie is how it builds dread. It's like
Yeah.
you can't trust it. All the things that you thought you knew were a lie. And like trying to move through a world where you trust no one. And like one by one, you're finding out all these revelations about what's really going on. So that's what I saw, and I love that's one of my top 10 favorite movies. And so when I was like, "Oh, it's in the Codename Hunter," da, 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 like,
Well, I could actually say that film also influenced me because I thought the Russo brothers did a fantastic job with that. The writers did a fantastic job. The most intense 8 minutes I had in that movie was the whole chase scene with Nick Fury because you don't know if he's going to get out alive or not. And I did add those elements in there, so I was also influenced by that movie.
okay, because that's what I saw too. I was like, "Ooh." I was like but again, when it's like the things that I like start showing up in the comics that I'm reading, I get really excited because I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait for where we're going," you know? So that's definitely what I saw. But okay, so not superheroes, but secret agents. What is it about secret agents that apply that, appeals to you? Because a lot of us are writing superheroes or horror or these tragic characters, but secret agents is so specific. We don't have a ton of those right now. So what is
No,
it?
it's the dual identities, because you
Yeah.
being a public face for someone, you know, this is who you are outside. But when you're in this environment, where you don't know if you got to live or die, each day you're living, on that edge, it's exciting because you're like, well, what are they going through? What's the psychological stuff that they're going through coming back from missions like that? We all know obviously about post traumatic stress disorder, but there's more elements to that, especially since you're living that life. So what's that like? What's normal to you? Do you have somebody, to take you away from that? And that's something that I wanted to actually show off. And also, I wanted to get rid of the trope of a secret agent having being a womanizer. I wanted to make a
Hmm.
guy that was a one woman guy, but also a woman who's very much his equal,
Hmm.
and sometimes even surpasses him because there's an old Kipling saying, "The female species is deadlier than the male."
Yes and no. Yes and no. I agree with that. But I don't know. That could be a whole nother show. We could discuss that for sure.
I'm pretty sure we could spend an hour discussing that.
We could 100% talk about that. Will Studios, I've been making a comic in my basement for a while now. I miss having a basement, Will Studios. Almost done with the first 10 pages. Woo! So I'll be starting a crowdfunding campaign pretty soon. Cool.
Nice, very nice.
You
Congratulations.
come talk to us on the madness. We would love to promote you. Ian is also a podcaster as well, so he could interview you as well. So absolutely lovely to meet you. Yeah,
Great meeting you
absolutely.
too.
So secret agents though, what I wanted to say about that lifestyle is
Mm,
being able to make hard decisions under pressure.
yeah,
Um, and a lot of times with very little time. One of the best scenes in the first issue was when your character and there was a clock ticking. You're gonna run out of this, and as the clock is ticking, and I was just like, how is he gonna get out of this? And that to me, that just is great writing, because when you up the stakes by being like, not only does he have to go from point A to point B and solve this huge problem, maybe save the world, but you only have 15 minutes to get there, and it's like, ooh, we just up the ante. And so that's great. I really enjoyed that part. So tell us more, Ian. So are you a plotter or a pantser? Are you familiar with those terms, plotter,
I
pantser?
am.
So
I am.
where do you fall in that spectrum, plotting versus pantsing?
I am definitely a plotter. I will definitely
Yeah.
think things out completely. I will write a list on what I want to see in the issue. And
Mhm.
then I would just take those key points and start writing, just ideas, just a rough idea.
Yeah.
Then I start getting closer to on fixing on certain topics and also certain plot elements. So I'm like, okay, once I got this down, so let's just really dive into that. Let's explore further. And yeah, I will usually complete the first draft within maybe 3 weeks.
Wow. So when you are brainstorming, are you like you doing a bubble tree? Are you doing notes on a page? Are you 3 by 5 card? Are you whiteboard? Like how do you organize all the plot
I'm I'm notes on a page, really, because I
on a
find
page?
it's easier for me to, categorize, but also keep track of things. But
Mhm.
sometimes I'll do the note cards. You know,
Note card.
yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
the best things to do as well, because it gets you to think about, other stuff that you didn't consider for the story.
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely.
it's easy to move when you have to put, one story element above, the whole thing.
I'm with you on that. I love 3 by 5 cards because sometimes I'm not even focused on the plot and how it moves forward. I'm just brainstorming cool ideas of what we could see in the
Yeah,
world. So I'm just throwing stuff at the wall. And then when I get to the point of writing the plot, it's like, all right, what order should these go? And you could range and rearrange, and it might spark something new. Like, how does he get from here to here? Oh, it needs something else in the middle. You know,
exactly.
I love that. So we're the same because I'm a plotter too. I'm like, I need to know.
See, there you go.
I,
This is why we're friends. This is why we get
this is why we're
along.
friends. Exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm sure pantsing is um very successful for the people that can do that. But I've tried to pants my way through an issue before and I got stuck. I got stuck at like my character could go this way or my character could go this way. I don't know which way to take. So I sat on it for probably a month. I sat there and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, have you ever gotten to that point where you got stuck at a decision and a fork in the road? And then how did you get past that, man?
I actually did on the first issue, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. Because you know how it ends, the first issue.
Mhm.
I didn't know how he was gonna get off the ship at that first. I didn't know. I was really struggling with it for about 3 days because I was obsessing about it. I was like, how am I gonna get him off the ship? How am I gonna move the story along?
Yeah.
Then it actually came to me when I was watching a commercial on on jet skis. And
I get it.
yeah, and this is what drove me nuts. I'm like, okay, I can see where this is gonna go, but this is also the future. So why just make it a hover thing?
Amazing. I was like, "Wait a minute." I remember that part. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
And it's weird how inspiration can come from anywhere. Do you have a method though? Like, do you go to music? Do you go like I go on a walk and I walk around and I talk through the dialogue in my well, I would say in my head, but honestly, I just put in a headphone and I say it out loud so people don't think I'm crazy. But what's your method? Like music, TV? You said commercial with inspiration, which
yeah.
is cool, but like what's your go-to?
I would definitely say movies is the first thing because you've read a couple of my issues now. I write things like I do, like I'm writing a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Is this a
Yeah,
Hellraiser Muppet thing? Thank you, Chad. We needed that.
yeah.
Um, Chris says, a writer friend once told me, if you can't figure out how to move plot forward, just blow something up.
Well, I did. I did in the second issue.
That's right. You did blow up a lot of stuff in that
Yeah,
second issue. Can you imagine a Hellraiser movie with Muppets, Chad?
I can't. I can't. No.
Who who
Oh
would
man.
who would be the one person? Would it be, the person that opens the box and all the Hellraisers are Muppets, or do we have, like, Pinhead is the one human actor and everybody else is a Muppet? Which one is funnier?
I would say the second one because it would be kind of interesting to see how he reacts to these, Muppets.
Does he deadpan it? Like,
He has to
he's
deadpan
so
it because
serious.
otherwise it doesn't make any sense. He's
That's
got
what
to
makes it
deadpan it.
funny. Oh my god. You're
Yeah,
like, "Why is he a human?"
exactly, exactly.
Oh, man.
Uh,
Too funny.
okay,
Now
yeah,
I'm derailed. What were we talking about? Plot. Wait, no, I
yes,
think you can go both ways if you plays that. That would be funny.
perhaps. I think we were talking about influences for
Oh, and
movies.
then, okay. So I wanted to ask you, so you've already written through the end of Codename Hunter, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah. How many issues are done comic book wise? 'Cause I know
the
you got
first three completed. Working on issue 4 right now. My inker is doing that. He's doing a fantastic job.
yeah.
I'm actually almost done with penciling issue 5. So it's only 2 issues that's left.
So it goes to 7.
No, no, it goes to 5. This story arc
It
goes to
goes to 5.
5.
Oh, it goes to 5. I was just adding on 2 where you said. I was like, "Oh, plus 2." So it
Well,
goes
that's
to
just
5,
yeah,
and that's the
yeah.
entire arc? Is there more?
Oh, there's a second arc.
Yeah,
There's definitely more coming. This is gonna be an
sure.
ongoing series, but I've already written out the second story arc, and I can say it's gonna be a strictly an Earth-based adventure,
Ooh, okay.
and Sean and the crew are gonna be up against it completely against an unknown new enemy organization, which will be revealed very soon.
Dun, 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 dun. So you are doing things a little different because you wear all the hats. And so, I mean, for you to be working on the entire first arc we haven't seen a single campaign from you yet, right?
Not yet. No, not yet.
So I know we had talked about it that you were thinking about it, you were prepping for it, but what's the plan at this point of how you're going to release this story?
Well, first I got to finish the last two issues because I want everyone to get 1 through 5, so that way they won't have to miss a bit. Because the original plan was this: I've already had issues 1 through 3 done. They're
Yeah.
printed. I was gonna do that and include a couple of gifts in there. But then someone said, "No, I think you should complete the first story arc, so that way they want to come back, you know, for issue 4 and issue 5." I said, "Okay, that makes sense."
So are you going to do I don't know if you're familiar with the Scout method where Scout would release like issue 1 like a 24-page issue and then go straight to the trade. Are you going to do a campaign where you can get either like issue 1 or the trade on the same campaign?
I haven't thought that far ahead. It's probably just going to be just the individual issues that I come back for the trade, because with the
Okay.
trade I'll have other stuff in there as well. The concept art, the story notes, and you know all that good stuff. So I may just do
Mhm.
that.
Gotcha. I was like, because the trade is Chad and I will tell you that's where it's at because that's the one that can go on like Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And I got to be honest with you, at Comic Cons, when people are getting
Mhm.
into my story, so where I was at Texoma this past weekend, and now I have 7 issues published. And so if people haven't read any Path before, they're either getting the trade or they're
Mhm.
going all in on all 7 issues. So one or the other. And so it's interesting to me,
Hmm.
that the trade sells really well. As even
All
as,
right.
like because they wanna binge read. Even if I have just issues 1 through 4 that are separate on the rack, they're going for the trade. So,
Now
that's
I'm
just my own
thinking. Now I'm
personal theory.
thinking. Yeah. Now I'm thinking.
It might be something I mean, like, if you're gonna go print, the more units you print, the lower the price goes. So if you can find a printer that will do both, you might benefit from that lower price on the individual units. It's just an idea. And again, it's just, I'm throwing ideas out there, but Ian, you have to decide what works best for you. So no matter which way
Yeah.
you go, we'll still be watching and supporting. I highly recommend this series just because it's a nonstop action kick-ass series. So I had fun reading it. So I know other people will too. Just an idea.
Well, thank you, Laurie. I think I actually will take that in consideration.
I mean, you can weigh your options and see, but again,
Yeah.
you'll have to find because not all printers will do both. So
Yeah.
sometimes they just do the individuals and sometimes they just do, like the glue, they call it a perfect bound book. And
Yeah.
so you gotta find a place that will do both for a reasonable price. Mhm. And then you gotta format all that shit.
Yes. That's the downside.
That's
That's the
fun.
downside.
Ask me about that later. I'll tell you how fun it is.
I can already tell it's fun. I can
Yay!
already tell. Oh, man.
I was gonna say, if you need help formatting, you can hire me and pay me to do that.
Ooh,
I'm
I
just
may
saying,
I,
I'll offer that.
I may take you up on that. I may take you up on
Yeah,
that. But we'll
yeah,
we'll discuss something.
yeah. Okay, so Codename Hunter, when are you thinking? Or do you have an ETA? Do you have a goal in mind for when that is coming out? For what's your thinking on that one?
If we're talking about the Kickstarter, I'm hoping like in April, because not much is going on
Yeah.
there still. Yeah, it's kind of like the dead month. So yeah, it gives me at least a month, to finish everything up. So I think I can make it to that.
Isn't that crazy? Like April's right around I know when you think about it, like April's right around the
I
corner,
know,
right?
I know,
We're
I know,
pretty
I
much
know.
through February. And when you
Yeah,
said like it gives me a month, I'm like, crap. That's
Well,
4 weeks over.
I'm only 4 pages away from finishing.
Yeah, so you got time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I mean, technically, you don't even have to be done with the issue when you
Yeah.
go to Kickstarter. Like, I'm never done. I always use the funds to help pay for the art production of my issue. So, you know,
Yeah.
you don't need to stress about that. It's not like you don't know the artist.
Exactly.
Artist went on strike. That would be the funniest update. Sorry, I don't know where my artist is right now. And we're all like, Ian, are you okay?
Now I'm just having a moment. I'm having a moment. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back. Here I am.
So yeah.
All right. So then April. So in the meantime, how do you do that? How do you prioritize what you're working on? Because you're talking about a Western, you're talking about a horror, and you're also working on pages for how do you get it all done? Do you rotate? Like, do you have a schedule? How disciplined do you have to be for that? Because that boggles my mind.
Okay, because I have a part time, I'm off.
Yeah, and you
Work
work.
certain days.
Yeah.
I use a certain days. To work on one thing. Then another day off, I work on another thing. Then I come back and so forth. Yeah, you do have to prioritize. And another example, James Cameron was
Mhm,
writing 3 scripts at the
mhm.
same time.
For Avatar.
So yeah, he would get up in the morning and um, write to a certain time. Then in the afternoon, he write another script. Then he would continue the process for weeks on end.
So you literally like you have a schedule where it's like, okay, from 9 to 11, I work
Yeah,
on Codename Hunter. I eat lunch, I come back, and then I work on the script for the Western.
yeah.
And then do your day after dinner, sit down and tackle the horror. I mean, that sounds easy. It's
It's
not.
not. It is not easy. It's not easy because right now, because the horror is 4 pages, I have had to prioritize that because it's 4 pages. You know,
Yeah.
that's simple. And obviously, it takes you a little bit longer because also you're working part time.
And you
Understandable.
podcast. Now,
Yeah.
do you hire out as an artist as well? Like, do you work on other people's projects? We've talked a lot about your projects, but you working on anybody else's project too?
I have worked on other people's projects. Yeah, I will say that mostly as a T-shirt designer.
Cool. Oh, we have a
Yeah.
link for that. For I totally like you remember I was like, remind me about your links because I'll forget
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Link. Let's go look at that. I want to go look at this.
All right. Go right
Hold
ahead.
please. Push all the buttons. Oh, there goes my voice. Verify you are a human. Yes, thank you.
Oh God, I hate when they do that. As if we're not human. We're actually talking. So yeah, there you go.
Right. It was like, I promise I'm a human. There we go. All right. This is T Public. Little Ian merch. Oh, look at this little guy. He's cute.
Yeah, that's my other character. He's more comedic.
Got it. So you do t-shirt.
Yeah, it's t-shirts, coffee mugs, hats, sweaters, stuff like that. They're
How
not
does it
doing socks.
You're doing socks?
Yeah, they're not doing socks. Yeah, so there's socks in there of old Ian and Codename Hunter.
Cool. The only other person I know that does socks is Matt Knowles. And I've always been tempted to get I need some. I have to get them eventually. But how does this website work? Because I'm not familiar with TeePublic. So you just upload a design. Is it they print on demand? So they let's say I purchased this Codename Hunter one for $24. They print it and ship it to me?
Yeah, they do, and I get a percentage of
Oh,
the sale.
maybe I
But
should
some,
look into this.
yeah, I think you should because there's a lot of the designs of Path of the Pale Rider that could be on here,
I have like
and people would
17.
buy them.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
17,000 shirts, but I don't usually have them in stock
Mhm.
because I do my own shirts. So I want to order the shirts in bulk and then I got to order a gang sheet of
Yeah.
HTV and I put them all together, which I love doing, but it just that means that I'm only doing t-shirts, like whenever my Kickstarters are running and that's basically it. Like people don't really order them from my website. I
Yeah.
also am horrible at sending people to my website.
Well, you got to work on that, Laurie. You got to work on that.
Yeah. Along with everything else, sir. I'll add it to the list. Right?
Exactly.
But this is cool. Like this one's, let's click on it. Ooh, okay. And it shows you what it would look like on the shirt. Oh, you get to pick the color too?
Yes.
All right, now I gotta go look. What's this one?
I think that's a blue one. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a gray one.
Ooh, that's cool. Like a gray.
Yeah.
Ladies' shirt and a V-neck.
Different sizes and all that.
Like it. Yeah. I need to check out Chad. Chad. We need a Rolling Squid Bones t-shirt site. Where'd you go, Chad? Come back. It's funny. Look, and there's socks. No, I don't want 20% off. Get out of here. Let's go look at socks. Can I get Codename Hunter socks?
You can, but you have to go back to the buy page because what happens is when you click on a product and you go scroll down. Yeah. Click on any product. Click on any product.
Click on any product? This one.
Any product. Okay. Now scroll down.
Okay.
See, there's the socks.
Okay. Cool. Now, do you have to tell them what color socks to print on? Because for this design, why did it pick red?
That I usually pick, beforehand when I actually start, looking at colors. So that's the see, most of that is red. So that is, the go-to color. But again, anyone can pick a colors for that. I'm not sure about the socks though, but every other thing they could pick in that color.
That's cool. Similar design. Let's go. Just want to see how. Hello. I broke it. Here we go. Push all the buttons. That's my motto. Cool.
Actually, I had to make the designs a bit bigger so it pops more on the socks.
Yeah.
So I gotta do that.
Interesting. Super cool. And mugs too.
Oh yeah.
Do they have the color change?
The coffee mugs. Yeah, they also do that as well. In fact, I should probably add that function to say, okay, this is what the colors I want for the mugs. So I gotta change that.
Chad.
But yeah.
Chad. I know. Where'd he go? Come back, Chad. What did I miss? Start over real quick. Hi, this is Ian. He's an artist, creator, writer, podcaster. And if you don't know Ian, shame on you. He does Codename Hunter. I botched it. Which is an excellent series, which he's working up to finishing issue 5, and he's going to release all of them at once. Fish. We're going to have a problem because now we need all of them. Hello.
Hey, Ray. How you doing?
Ray, we love you. How are you? You're showing up. Ian is introducing me to TeePublic, which is super cool. And I think that Rolling Squid Bones needs one of these. Look, you can get your own fanny pack.
Yeah.
Check it out. I want one. Path of the Pill Rider fanny pack. Who doesn't want one?
There you go. You also get hats as well.
And of course, like Nem is always asking me to make Big James chonies. And I don't think these are chonies. They're actually just shorts.
No, the shorts.
It would be funny if there was like boxers on here. I could get some Big James boxers. Would be funny. Shame on me. You don't know? Oh, no, Fish. You got to read this series. It's great. It's Codename Hunter. And I know you can't read it because he hasn't released it yet, which that would probably be why. But
well, they could buy the first 3 issues on Indie Planet, which is in the
Path of the Pale Fanny. You got to be careful where you say that.
Yeah, that's a bit
bad word overseas. All right, let's go to Indie Planet. Let's talk about it. A fanny pack, and they look at you funny, like, did you just? Why did you say that? That's so rude. But then they say the C word, and we're like, ah! Don't say that. I don't even want to say it out loud. All right, let's look. Oh, yeah. There we go. Here you go. Codename Hunter, number 1. 24 pages. You can see some interiors. This is spy drama on crack in outer space. Right? I mean, like, well, how else would you describe it?
I would describe it just like that, so that's fine.
Yeah. Spy drama in space on crack. Here you go. We all need passes on pill fanny. Yes, we do. Okay, so you can read.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
You
was
can
gonna say,
purchase
here
one
they are.
to,
This
yeah.
is cool. I'm unfamiliar with this website too. Have to take a look at it. Chad!
You just got randomly call this guy's name Chad.
Chad's my publisher. He was in the comments talking about the Hellraiser Muppets. So I'm
Yeah.
like, come back. I need to show you these things.
Well, I
Yeah,
did send you
boom.
links.
Here you
So,
go. When you don't know how to move the plot along, blow something up.
yes.
And here's the hovercraft that you mentioned. I love it.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite sequences to actually illustrate. Yeah, because
Ah,
I had to really think about it.
yeah. I love the perspective with the bullets coming straight at lasers coming straight at you. Hilarious. And I love his face where he's just like, oh my God, time
Yeah,
to go.
because he legitimately thought it's like, okay, I didn't think they were going to have the same idea.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a genius. Oh crap.
That's another thing in my writing. I add my personality, to this character, because this is how I would react.
Thanks, Fish. We needed that. Got it.
Oh
You
God.
don't have to take it so literal. And then here's the third one.
Now, there's no preview pages for this one, unfortunately. I don't know what happened, but the cover was inked by my friend Enrique Lopez, and he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. I feel like he's about to get a laser to the face.
Yes.
Laser face.
I was showing, yeah, laser face. Is that close to Taser Face from Guardians of the Galaxy? Taser Face.
Yeah. Like, that's not all right. That's what you're going with? Cool. Hey, Dan, nice to see you. I know. It was so wonderful to see you over the weekend. I went live last night and was showing off my haul. I got some really cool stuff that showed up over the weekend. But of course, the first thing I showed off was your books. So I have them over here in this giant pile of 2B red comics. And I gotta say, my favorite one is still this rabbit one. I really don't know how you made it through the 80s without seeing Watership Down and are still able to replicate the terrible bunnies that traumatized us all as children. I'm just saying. You know what I'm talking about, Ian, right? Those bunnies? Dan continues to traumatize us. Secondhand trauma with these bunnies. It's metaphorical.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. You say it so much better. Say it.
All right.
Screaming at you. Do it.
Inconceivable.
Yes.
There.
So, just a reminder, you guys can go to this linky loo, indieplanet.com, and get Codename Hunter. Issues 1, 2, and 3 are there. They are print on demand, or it looks like digital download, which is cool. It's cool, man. And then you can read and get addicted like I am, and then have to wait for issues 4 and 5, which we're doing.
She's just waiting. Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. Why don't you get the third one? Sorry, it was like peer pressure. Do it. It's got the man. You're gonna want to know what happens next. Trust me. So
yeah. She's just waiting for issue 4 and 5 to come out. She's just waiting because
I am.
Yeah, the big climax on issue 3. I had fun drawing that. That was fun.
You're a writer after my own heart because I love to end an issue with a cliffhanger. People always have to know what Laurie, what are we doing next? And I was like at the end of 3 reading it, I was like, Ian, why would you do this to me? Why would you tell me this on the last page?
To torture the readers. That's why I did it.
Exactly. So this is why another reason why we are friends.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I didn't see the
It's
third
there.
issue
It's
on
there.
screen. Yeah.
It's there.
Uh,
Will, if you have, you said you're 10 pages in, you're almost done. I was gonna say, if you have something to share, drop the link in the comments. You're allowed to do that on this show, by the way. Anywho, what else we got here? Oh, you know what? Before we start our next topic, let's play our game. We're gonna play our game. It's
All right,
a good point to play the game. And if you haven't been on this show before, we play this game about an hour in called
I seem to recall I was a participant in this the last time. I seem to recall, but I don't remember. I think so. Yeah.
I like watching your expressions when you're in the back because you're just like shaking your head.
Actually, it made my face like that when I'm drawing. So yeah.
So it makes me laugh. All right. So of course, we're going to be playing Would You Hug This Secret Agent Edition. So I'm going to be putting images up on the screen, and all you have to tell me is would you hug this secret agent or not? We can discuss. Put up is 3 images in one picture, and I would love to hear from you if you would hug one. If I would love to, I don't know, kill, kiss, marry kind of thing, but instead of kiss, we'll just say like bro hug, because I don't know if you want to kiss any of these guys. These are, of course, all James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have 3 different versions. Which one is your favorite? We'll start with that.
Oh God.
Or is he not up there? Because I got another picture in the back.
Yeah. I had to say Sean Connery because I started with him watching it on VHS. Obviously, I went to the Pierce Brosnan one because that's where I grew up with. Sean, I would hug.
You would hug Sean? And see, I wouldn't hug any of these guys because I would fear that I would get some kind of venereal disease just by touching them.
It's just a hug. It's just a hug. It's just a hug. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. But still, I was just like, I feel like you were
I know.
As you had mentioned before, there's that trope that these secret agents are these womanizers, that they're always getting around, right? You're like, don't sneeze on me, I might die. The bio.
I actually think Sean and I would be friends. I think we would.
Fish says, I ain't kissing none of them. They all taste like cigarettes. You know, I never saw any of the Roger Moore movies. Did you?
Yes, I did. There's definitely a number of them that are very good. I like Live and Let Die. I had to wrap it up first. Okay. All right. Live and Let Die. There's also The Spy Who Loved Me. That's another good one. But yeah, they're good. They're good. Some of them you're questionable because he's clearly too old for the part.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and again, it's like it's this thing in Hollywood where the actor is obviously getting older, and they keep bringing in actresses that are the same age from movie to movie, and it's like, at some point this has to be inappropriate. But no. And of course, if you didn't like any of those, we got this one. So I saw my very first James Bond movie at 007 GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And then was introduced to the older ones. So GoldenEye is kind of like what I see, like Pierce Brosnan is who I see as James Bond. But what was your favorite? But he was Bond when I was a kid. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never was really into these until I was, and then of course, like the Nintendo 64 game, 007 was the GOAT. We played that forever. The Golden Gun, and gosh, I don't know how many times I played it and died.
Addicted to that game. Really Bond is Sean Connery. Well, here's the thing, Yeah.
What?
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I love Pierce. I love Pierce. I would definitely I would bro hug him. You
Oh,
know,
Logan.
he's such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy. My mom actually worked with him a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. He actually signed one of my Bond books, which was nice.
That's cool. I always not only do I see him as James Bond, but I always remember him from Mrs. Doubtfire when Robin
Which was a
Williams
year
hit him in the
yeah,
head
which
with
was a
the lime.
yeah, yeah.
It
Which
was
was
so
a year before it was a year before he did the Goldeneye.
yeah. He's oh, it was a drive-by fruiting, sir.
You know, he was actually cast in '87 when they were doing The Living Daylights, but he had to bow out because of his show Remington Steele.
Which is a good show. All
Yes.
right, so we've gone through the bonds, which I would say I would not hug. Um, let's go to some more secret agents. Let's pick this one. I'm also gonna go no.
No. That would not hug this. No.
Ah!
No.
Do you consider him a secret agent or no?
He's a terrible one. He's a
Austin
terrible
Powers.
one. No,
No.
no. He's fine. He's fine. He's the films are definitely fun, but he's a terrible spy.
He is. He is a terrible spy. And it's usually he gets out just because of plot armor. It's just so funny. And I thought the first movie was good, but then after that, I was like, no more, please.
Well, it became a parody on top of a parody, if I'm being honest. Sleazy agent. Well said.
Not
Well
much of
said.
a secret.
Oh God.
Let's see. Okay, we got another one. Now, this movie.
Okay. All right. Let's definitely talk about this.
Yes.
I would bro hug him, you know, because the guy's cool. Okay, but let's talk about this movie.
I'm
There was
ready.
so much to this. There was so much to this movie that is just perfect. You know,
Yes.
especially this particular sequence because this is the thing. Cruise knows the audience. He knows what the audience likes, which is why he kept topping himself, you know, with each of the sequels. So he cares about
Yes.
the story. He cares about the casting. He cares definitely about the stunts. Let's face it, this guy is about the stunts.
He's so crazy. Like he literally broke his ankle on one of his stunts and like hobbled out of the scene. And that's the one that's still in the movie. You know, like all the flying stunts that he does, this man's crazy. But
Yeah,
I gotta say, like, of all the Mission Impossibles, the first one is the one that sticks out in my mind, and it's this scene that we all know. You know what I mean? Where he fell from the
yeah,
ceiling and like it spread eagle over this floor. And again, I love the Mission Impossible missions because it's like there's no way this is going to work when they're talking about it. He's like, well, you need these double card, key cards, which we won't have. You need to get in this room and the access code is this, which we won't have. And there's, it's so he goes through all the impossible things and you're like, how are they going to pull this off? You know,
yeah.
he could still sit on the couch. I'll hug him. He's too short for me to kiss. I might pat his little head. Again, we're talking about Ethan Hunt. We're not talking about Tom Cruise because he's another. But this character, this secret agent, but this movie was so great in the beginning too because they had like the masks and the double twists in this one, and it's just like, this was such a great movie, you know?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting was it very much is very much the TV series because if you haven't watched that,
Mm,
it's also a great series. But obviously, the biggest twist was Jim Phillips because he becomes the bad guy in that,
yeah.
and they actually asked the original actor if he wanted to play the part in the movie for the television series, and he said no because he's like Jim Phillips is not going to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
The Mask are my favorite, yeah,
Yeah. The
because
masks. And they
yeah,
carried that through, as where they could. And and I remember future movies and they brought in like Simon Pegg and great. The cast was always good and the antics they brought and like the way to solve a lot of the impossible missions, they were all genius. But you cannot pay me to watch him climb that building again. I'm going to barf.
I
And
was
watch
I was nerve wracked, man. I was just solid 10 doing a double twist. Yeah,
Yeah, a solid 10 to anyone doing a double exactly. So
yeah,
the fact that this movie could pull that off, like there was the beginning scene where it's like they had this plan and everything went wrong. And then at the end, it's like, oh my God, it's that guy. And we thought he was dead this whole time. And then they were all in it and like, like that was a solid movie. And just like the dread that it built. So high honors to that one. All right.
yeah.
But are you hugging him? You're hugging him? You're
I said, bro hug. It's a bro hug. It's a bro hug.
Now, this movie was another one that I think um changed the genre.
Okay. Jason Bourne. Okay. Yes. The Bourne Identity. Yeah.
Yes. When this one first came out, it was like, oh God, a secret agent that can't remember who they are. That was
Yeah.
chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Like, he's sitting on the bench and he disarms and knocks out 2 cops and he's like, what did I just do? Like, how did I
Yeah.
not know I could do this?
This
Right?
actually brings up an interesting point. I'm not going to hug him because I think he's going to kill me. So I'm
Right.
not going to
He's
hug him.
unstable.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
that's the whole point of this movie is they don't know, what he's doing. His whole agency is like, my God, it's Jason Bourne. What is he doing? No one has a clue. Yeah, he twists me into a pretzel and not know why. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you-
Yeah.
this is a great
The
movie too.
the way Matt Damon played him was just, it's how anyone should play him.
Yeah,
Because
it was
this is a guy that's so lost. He doesn't know who the hell he is, and he doesn't know why these people are after him. He gets bits and pieces, but it essentially he just wants a normal life. He
now
doesn't want to be the killer that they made him and turn into.
right. And it's something to be said about like having some kind of trauma that that you want to turn over a new leaf and start something different, but you're too much of an asset. You're a product at this point that they're not willing to let go because you know too much, you know, and
Yeah.
you're too much of an asset. Fantastic Moby song. Yeah.
Yes.
This was great for this movie. That one, if you don't know what we're talking about. I have to go watch all these movies.
Yes.
Ian.
Yes. Yes.
But we're not done
Absolutely.
yet. We're not done yet. We would not be remiss if we didn't also point out this secret agent.
There's your puppet. There's your Muppet right there, man.
Here's your Muppet Chad.
Matt Damon.
Damon.
Team America cracked me up like no one else because it's so politically incorrect. That's the first thing, but it's
Oh
so
yeah.
funny, and this is by the guys that did South Park, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be politically correct.
It's so
He
terribly
was, yeah, he was so upset by
untrue.
the impression.
He was. He was. And I mean, like, I'm surprised we didn't go to war with North Korea after that song. He didn't bomb us after I'm so lonely. I was like, oh my God, we're all gonna die.
The one that
Marionette.
grosses me out, yes, Marionette. The one that grosses me out is the vomit scene, obviously, in the back alley. I couldn't
Yeah.
stop laughing at that, but it's disgusting.
The that and the puppet sex scene, like, come on.
Oh God,
That was just so wrong.
that was so messed up.
And we were like, "It is still going. Why hasn't this stopped yet? I would like to get off of this movie now. Thank you." But yeah, so if you're gonna hug one Matt Damon, would you hug the other Matt Damon?
No, absolutely not.
I think I'll probably throw this puppet. I creeped out by dolls anyway.
Okay, well there you go. There you go.
Yeah, so we ain't hugging it. I got a couple ladies, of course. We would not be
Okay, yes, I would hug this. I would hug this woman. Yes, I'll hug this woman.
I would not. Oh my God. She's like a
I-
triple agent. Are you kidding?
If I was nice to her, I think I could. I think I'd be okay. If I was nice to her, I didn't try to kill her.
Maybe. I don't know. She might kill you for looking at her wrong and throw you down the stairs.
She's such a badass. She's such a badass.
And now, Shout out to Chris Roberts, who's Movie Smash in the chat. I was on Movie Smash and we reviewed this movie, and I'm a huge fan of this movie
Yeah.
and all the practical stunts. And Charlize Theron is a beast when it comes to doing her own stunts, and she learned a lot of the martial arts in order to
Yeah.
do the extended takes. And always when I'm watching these movies, I'm looking at the martial art work. I wanna see that the
Yeah.
actors are making an effort, and if it's, like, a bunch of fast cuts, I'm like, they don't know what they're doing, or it's in the dark, it's like, okay, that's a stunt double, but when she's in frame or she's beating people up in one frame and then poses at the end, I'm like, "Wow, amazing." They've put in months of work, so kudos,
Yeah.
kudos. Yeah,
Yeah.
see what I
And
mean? Like, these are all such good movies, I need to go watch them all, but we're not done yet. We got one
yeah.
more. You would hug Triple H,
Yes. Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes. Just yes, I would hug her, but I would be happy but afraid. I'd be happy but afraid, if you know what I'm saying. Oh God.
Last one. Are you hugging Black Widow?
Now I know her to be nice. I know her to be nice, if I'm not trying to kill her, which I'm not, so the okay, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, I would hug her. And I'll tell you why. She would not manipulate me. That's the first thing. The second thing,
Yes, you would. Are you kidding me?
I know she's a great
That's like
manipulator,
her
believe me, I know.
MO.
I know. But I can read people's faces, very well. So I can tell when she's lying to me. I could tell.
No, you
You,
can't.
I could, Laurie, I could tell when she's lying to me. I could tell.
I did. Okay, I will disagree. I will respectfully disagree. And I feel like this one, of course, she can manipulate anybody. And that's would she kill you? Not necessarily. Would she hug you? I don't know.
She probably won't. She'll probably just, do that flip with her legs and just throw me to the ground. She'll probably just do that.
Right, and I think Fish is right here, so if she's in control, if she's open to it, yeah, she'll hug you, but if not, you get a smile from afar and then a bullet in your back is what I think.
I'd be wearing a bulletproof vest. I'd be wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, "Can I hug you with a bulletproof vest on?"
So she's like, why is this, why am I seeing so much pain here? What's going on?
"It's my
Hey,
protection from you." No, this character
uh,
terrifies me, just how she's able to switch modes so
well, yeah,
fast.
yeah,
I think that's the difference between, like, the female characters and the male characters. The male characters are the ones that are, like, doing the action, but they're not really, like, schmoozing people, but the ladies, because they cannot we're not as, muscular and strong and tactical fighters. They're still fighters, but where a man can hit you 2 times, the lady has to hit you 5 times. Don't get me wrong, guys. And this I'm speaking from experience because I fight, right? And so, they have to schmooze and
okay.
manipulate.
This is why I want you to write one of my characters in Codename Hunter. Her name is
Oh.
Madison Anders. Her code name is Scalpel. So I want you to write that character. If I do a spin-off series with her, which I'm hoping to do, I want you to write that character.
I'm with you. I'm all for it. I love writing tactical women. 'Cause I
Yeah,
want 'em to be legit too. Like, a lot of times I feel like women are portrayed as these assassins and deadly killers, but it's like we're the same. We're not the same. And so we have to be extra precise or we have to be overkill. And those are the 2 options because men are bigger and stronger and, I'm not gonna be able to knock people out, and it's like if they're bigger than me, their arms can reach me before I can reach them. And so you just have to you have to be Jason Bourne, damn it, to figure out how to fight. It's combat geometry is what we call it.
yeah,
Like I want to
yeah.
be close enough to you on an angle where I can hit you, but you can't hit me. Or if you're gonna
See,
strike,
this is
I put my feet.
yeah, yeah.
See?
See, this is where you and I actually, get have a trick.
Jason Bourne isn't climbing me climbing me like a tree and crotch flipping me to the ground. Like
Yes,
Black
get off the
Widow does?
subject.
That's what you're talking about?
Uh,
That crotch is fake,
let,
mind
let,
you. I've done that move.
yeah, God.
They have to be complicit. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, Laurie,
Yes,
you were
Ian.
on the same page. You were on the same page on that because I'm also a believer in that. But also, I don't want to do. I want to get rid of the whole damsel in distress thing
Yeah.
because I love strong women. I want tough women in the
Yes.
comics.
So, what is your favorite female character in comics? I'm just curious.
Oh, I
Put
actually
you on
have
the
two.
spot.
I actually have two. I actually have two. The
Wait,
first,
before we do that, I forgot to play the credits.
okay.
Thank you for playing it.
Okay,
Welcome to the
okay,
chaos of a Tuesday morning brew. Okay, back to Ian. What's your favorite characters, female characters, and why?
okay. First one is Selena Kyle, Catwoman,
Okay,
and
good
I'll tell
choice.
you why. She doesn't let anything really bother her. She is very tough. Yes, she's vulnerable at times, but she doesn't take any crap from anybody. You know,
No.
if you were alone in the room with her, she will definitely kick your ass,
Yes. We'll talk about this.
especially with that bullwhip. Yeah,
Yeah. And then your
but
second.
there's also something about her. There's something else about her.
I
Mary
think
Jane
like
Watson.
it's being attractive and
Yeah,
understanding how to use that to your advantage, but also not being able to be emotionally manipulated. The only person that really gets under her skin is Batman.
yeah, because that's her weak point right there, and she's his weak point, and that's why they can't really be together the way that we all think they should, because
Yeah, but that issue is bullshit. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but how dare they?
it is this the when they didn't get married
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I completely in agreement with you. I was like, you build this up, and then you knock us down like this. Why did you do this?
Good morning, Nem. We were talking about you. Hope your ears were burning. Um,
Oh
but yeah,
God.
I'm with you. Like, I agree. One, they can't be together. Two, why are you putting that, that you're leading up to this big moment and then you just crash and burn it? It's right up there with the end of Game of Thrones. Like, no, we are fully
Yeah, I would.
disappointed.
Uh, oh God,
Did you
that
say
was a
you had a
disappointment.
second favorite character?
Yes, I did. I did.
I'm sorry.
That's
Go
what.
ahead.
Mary Jane Watson, and there's a couple things.
What?
Hey! Not the current one. Not the current one. No, I'm talking about the '70s and '80s Mary Jane Watson and the
Okay.
'90s. Not the current one. I'm not happy with how the writers are handling that depiction of the character.
Oh, don't
Oh,
you worry about it. But
because
why?
yeah, she was the party girl and all that, but when you got down to, when Peter was in pain, with Gwen Stacy or this other stuff happening, she was there. She was trying to open him up emotionally to break down all those walls. When she had walls herself, it makes the character a bit relatable. So when
Mm,
they actually did get together in the '80s and '90s, they were good for each other, because they support each other. They, helped each other out. Mary Jane helped Peter out when he was in, struggling as Spider-Man, and she was able to keep that secret. Now, the way that
yeah,
writers are
it's
handling
different.
it, it's completely crap. It's completely crap. They made her whiny. They don't give her. They didn't give her. They took her judgment away. They took her
Yeah,
judgment away.
interesting. But I think that's the problem. I mean, that's the double-edged sword of legacy comics is that they're constantly retconning and they're constantly changing characters and sometimes not for the best. And that's why indie is so
Yeah,
great, in my opinion, is because you get characters that are true to themselves from the beginning, middle, and end, and they're not being retconned by someone else. It's like, we need to, switch things out again. Let's make Mary Jane forget completely about Peter Parker like he never existed. Like, come on.
yeah. That's why in our comics we have a great beginning, middle, and end.
MJ was hot, and was as deep as I got as a teenager in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
MJ
about
was
it.
his early inspiration.
Yeah.
And now I want to talk about this character too. Have you read Alice Lost in Wonderland officially?
No, I actually haven't read that, but I'm very curious about that. So, why don't you tell me about that?
You definitely should read it. His main character is this girl named Alice with blonde hair who can cut through time and like multiverses, but she is so she's nuanced. She's how does he explain her? She's like that hot girl at Coachella that kind of stinks a little bit, but you'll have a
Oh,
fabulous time. And she's wild and crazy, and she shoots first and asks questions later. So she's super fun. I really like this character too. Um, but Fish, I tell you what, all of his books, he writes these truly traumatic characters. Like even in the Green Zone, and Green Zone is live right now. He talks about
mhm.
all the individual characters they're like mutants. And they're also freaking tragic, man. When you learn their story, and it's just like, God, I feel bad for all these characters. Fish. Mainstream characters don't grow and evolve. They have to reset to zero for new readers. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And that's why indie is superior in my mind.
it is beginning, middle, and end. And I don't want anyone to actually, revamp or recon my characters ever. So I'm gonna have it written. If anyone comes in, on the book, you can't recon anything. You can't. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I know when the ending is. I know my ending issue. I know that beforehand. I've already
I was
written that
gonna
years
ask you
ago.
that. I'm glad that you brought that up because that was I know that you're working on issue 5, so that's the ending. How easy was it to get to that ending? Did you always have this ending in mind, or because there's going into the next arc, how many times did you tweak this ending? How do you what's your relationship with endings? That's what I wanna know.
I knew there had to be a good outcome. I
Yeah.
knew there had to be some way that our heroes can actually win after this horrible thing happened.
Uh,
Fish. I think you can come on my podcast to talk about this stuff.
yes.
I want to promote you. I want to promote you.
Yes. Officially, the sad part is they don't reset though. Manga proves that. Mainstream US is just too lazy or scared to do the next thing. He's saying that they don't have to reset. I agree. Because
Mhm.
manga is like 200 issues of the same story and they just keep going forward. And
Yeah,
so anyway, endings.
yeah. You know issue 3. You know something horrible happened. At the end of that. So what's the outcome? Okay, yeah, any day. We have to come back from that. We have to say, okay, what are we doing to fight back? How do we combat this, unstoppable force? So yeah, it was tricky to come up with the ending for issue 5 because I wanted a lot of stuff to happen in it,
Yeah.
that made sense story wise. Also, I had to have at least one space battle, some star battle in there
Mhm.
with two ships. I wanted that, but it had to make sense because what's the character going through? What's Sean going through? How is he going to stop, whatever's going to come, in this issue? And how does he get out of it? That's the thing. That's always the thing. Because I did, put myself in a corner at that particular time. It's like, well, how's he going to get out of it?
Mhm.
It wasn't until I started drawing the issue where I was like, you know what? Let me change the ending a bit to show how he gets out.
Yeah. I was gonna
So
say that
sometimes that happens sometimes.
'cause endings are hard, man. I think issue 12, I rewrote that ending 30 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to fine tune it because like your issue 5 is like my issue 12 where it is an ending of an arc, but it leads into the next arc. So you have to give them enough of kind of like a resolution so that way if they stop reading there it makes sense. But you also have to open enough doors to entice them to keep reading.
Yeah.
And there has to be something super exciting, a twist, fan payoff. God, it's hard to put all that into one
Yeah.
issue and be
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah.
And no stupid
This is
twists, Game of Thrones.
no. This is why I revert to comics of the 80s and 90s, or sometimes even the 60s, because they knew how to do those type of twist endings, and also how to end it properly, but also leave room for the future. So
Mhm.
I want to get back to that type of storytelling, particularly from the 80s and 90s, because I grew up reading those comics.
Fish
Because we lost track of that.
I think you're right. Yeah. Fish says, "Start in the corner," and then it's all out from there. Fish, you missed it earlier. Chris from Movie Smash was like, "Hey, when you don't know what to do, just blow shit up." And I was
And
like,
I did.
"Ooh, good advice." I was like, "We've both done that."
Yeah.
Hilarious. So what else are you working on? Or are you going to be at any cons? Like, tell me what's coming up in the future for you with the podcast, all of that stuff, man. We got
I actually have
20 more
I actually
minutes.
have a podcast tonight at
Ooh.
8 o'clock with Braxton Cosby.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Nice
What's
guy, very nice guy.
what's he talking
Promoting
about
his
this
new
week? Yeah.
he's promoting his new book. I forget the title of it. But Miller Greenstone Jet Explosion.
Giant explosion. He's not wrong. Yes.
Yeah, so I forget what it's called. It's oh, wait a second. Yeah, Yasuk Demon Walking. That's the book. I'm not
Got
sure
it.
if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but yeah. So there's that. I had to get back to doing my episodes on my Patreon page because I'm falling behind on that. Because I'm currently reacting to the 1994 Fantastic Four animated series, and I'm gonna be doing Peacemaker on that soon.
Oh, Peacemaker for season 1?
Yeah, season one. I haven't started
Oh.
the series yet. I know. I've heard some things. I don't know what they are specifically, but I've heard some things. So I'm gonna be, yeah. I'm pretty sure you and I can have a talk about it afterwards.
Well, you
You know,
gotta
if you
watch it
want,
first and then we'll discuss it because
yeah,
that is such a crazy show.
yeah. And if you want, Laurie, you can come on any time to react to certain things with me if you want.
Yes, I would love to. Be like, "Can we talk about this, please?"
Yes. Yeah, so there's that, and there's a couple of fan things I'm doing. Yeah, reaction, yeah.
Yes?
There's a couple of fan projects I'm doing for a company called Newverse Media. It's just mostly fan audio dramas.
Oh, that's right. No, there was a link for that. I wanted to go there too.
Yeah.
This one. Do 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 do. So talk about that. You have an audio drama?
Yeah, that's based on a fan comic that I co-wrote and illustrated with a couple of friends of mine. It's called Batman Enigma. It's actually the unofficial third uh, film of Tim Burton's Batman, Batman Returns.
Ah. All right. Hold on.
Well, that's the that's my YouTube page.
Oh, I went there. I clicked
Yeah,
on the wrong one. That's okay. This is the YouTube page. Go here too and subscribe, you guys. As you can see, I am subscribed. And this is all his interviews with indie creators. So like this show. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. This one? Yes. Ah, it's quiet. It's like, "We're
oh,
buttons, just be patient."
give it a minute, give it a minute, give it a minute.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
Oh, Lord.
Or we'll try this again. Karen Needlemeyer has taken over. Pushed all the buttons. Try this again. Here we go.
Yeah,
So,
so that's yeah.
just so we don't get
Yeah.
any copyright strike, but
Why do you
so
skip ahead a little bit? Skip ahead a little bit.
zoom out, do
No, skip ahead, skip ahead.
ahead.
Because I did
Mhm.
an intro there. So this is the artwork that I did for this audio comic.
Oh, so it's Batman. Now I
Yeah,
muted it, guys, just because I don't wanna get copyright strike on this video, but you can go watch this. This is cool. It's kinda like that noir feeling, that Batman detective, you know?
yeah.
Like it.
That yeah, that was the style that I wanted to do. And myself, Eric Elliott, and Paul Brian McCoy wrote 3 issues of this.
Oh, okay.
And this is before DC actually made their actual 89 comic.
Okay.
So it was weird because we were like, did we jumpstart this with our fan comic, did they read our fan comic first before they did the 89
How
movie
rude.
series? Yeah.
Stealing your ideas. Oh, it looks cool, man. I'll have to go
Yeah,
back and listen to it.
it was
Um,
fun. I actually did a voiceover for that. I played 2 parts.
cool.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that I worked on. I've worked on a couple of other audio scripts that I wrote. So, Laurie, if you want to do an audio drama Path to the Pill writer, come and talk to me.
Oh my God. That's been on my bucket list. I actually have a whole idea plotted out. I just haven't written it. And I was like, I don't even know how to execute this. You know what I mean? Because when
Come
it
and
comes
talk to
to
me. Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be in your inbox. I'm like, here we go. Because I need voice actors. I've picked out 2, but I don't know if they're still interested because they started talking about it last year, the year before, and just never followed through, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those things about stuff that you've never done before. It's just like, I don't know, am I over my head here? I don't know what to do. So, but yeah, I'll be in there picking your brain. This is
I think it's
Nem.
been,
He says, I think I've been on Ian's show before, but I might be hallucinating. It's possible. Are you hallucinating?
well, I don't think he is. I think you have been on my show before. But if we're both hallucinating, then you have to come on my show then.
So, your podcast, let's talk about that too. Just for people that aren't aware that you run a podcast as well. What are the kind of people that you have on and like what's the structure? Do you grill them? Do you tell them that they need to bring their life story? Just kidding. You go ahead.
I invite all indie creators, that want to promote their projects, especially the Kickstarter projects,
Yeah.
because everyone needs help from someone. Everyone needs a plug-in, and I do provide that. And also, I just want to meet new indie creators, because
Yeah.
we're essentially a family in this in the indie industry. We are, and I would love to meet new creators. I love to hear them talk about their passion projects. But I don't just cover them. I cover other people that have worked for the big 2 comic companies. Mike Corlin of DC Comics, who was the editor for Superman for a number of years. I recently had Will Murray on, who wrote for Starlog for a number of years about certain movies. He even wrote Doc Savage books, Tarzan books.
Tarzan
I've
book.
had Michael, yeah, I've had Michael Uslan, the Batman executive producer, on the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pops is like, nudge, nudge. You can come be part of the madness.
Maybe. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will. Yeah.
Why not? Share a
Yeah. Why not?
space, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you
So
would
yeah.
fit out here too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I
I
mean, like, I love, like you said, I love helping promote indie. It's kind of like paying it forward.
yeah.
And you've been paying it forward for a ton of people, giving them a spot to kind of come talk about their project. And someday when your campaign is live, you'll be doing the rounds too. So it's always to help, and like you said, you get to meet new people. And I have learned so much just by having people on the show and being like, how'd you do this? And, I've never seen this before. Or like audio drama, like having a connection so that way when you are trying something new, there's people there and that's what I love too about indie is like there's for the most part, there's no gatekeeping. It's like, do you want to learn how to do this? Just come ask me and I'll help you. You
Yeah.
know? Such a cool
That's
community.
that's that's pretty much it.
Pretty much how it all yep. Mhm. How it all began for the madness. It's like you will be here. We wanna talk about all the cool stuff and behind the scenes and meet new people and be family.
Yeah.
So, are you planning on doing any Comic Cons? Have you done Comic Cons, Ian?
I have done several Comic Cons. I've
Yeah.
done mostly small ones. I haven't gone to the big ones yet. I haven't made the attempt yet because they just cost a lot.
They cost a
So it's the money situation. But
Mhm.
I'm saving up money to make some big steps this upcoming year. Hopefully, to go to bigger conventions.
Yeah. Fish says, I look at backing Kickstarters like my tithe, investing in the community so others can chase their dreams like I get to. That's amazing. And I want to
Yeah.
see, well, not only that, like it's market research, right? That, hey, Matthew, because I want to see what Fish is putting in his book. I want to see, what Ian is doing in his book, because I'm like, oh, that's a great way to show like the laser beams coming straight at you. And like, I should write that into a panel,
Yeah.
So it's market research too. I want to see, how to level up my own game. So research.
Hey,
So
it always helps.
yeah, absolutely. So are you planning on any Comic Cons in the near future? Usually springtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at a couple of them. I haven't really done this research yet for that, but yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna be looking at a couple of them. But I'm hoping I'll be going to New York Comic Con this year, but we'll see what happens.
George Medina always goes and he walks the floor, and it's always, I can't even imagine setting a table there. Like it's crazy how big, and just it's just beyond your dreams. You know what I mean? How big some of these tables are.
Yeah,
Um, so it's on the bucket list maybe before I die. Who knows?
maybe we can share a table together. You never know.
Yay! I'm just gonna crash Ian's place. I'm here with all my books and all my hot sauce.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Someday.
Yeah,
You learn so much. What looks cool, paper quality, cool extras,
this is
etc.
true. Yeah.
And you get to learn who enables you. Like Fish Lee enables me all the time. Look at these cool poker cards, Laurie. Why don't you want to animate your poker cards? God damn it, yes I do. Stop sending me things, Fish. I'm gonna have to make cookies and screen print shirts, and damn it, right? Madness booth at every con. Yeah, that would be cool. Gosh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a madness road trip too. I probably won't be able to go, but all you men folk could go like on a camping trip in the RV and go from con to con and stop at LCSs along the way. That would be awesome. That's a great idea. Well, my friend, what else do you have? Do you have anything else that you want to share? Did we not share any of your linky loos? Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got everything. Yeah. Keep an eye out for when I do make the announcement for Codename Hunter, the Kickstarter, because I will be making that myself. I'll be posting on social media, so don't worry about that.
Awesome.
Other than that, there's not really much else. Although I will say that at
I
some
only
point,
laugh because you're like, it's not much else. I'm just gonna like write comics, 3 scripts, pencil and ink, and possibly color comics, and run a podcast and work a job. Not much.
yeah, Southern Note, Southern Note. I want to make a Codename Hunter video game that looks like the beat 'em up ones from the 1990s, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time 4. I want to make it like
I
that.
love that one. Sorry.
Yeah,
I definitely.
sorry.
That's the best
I've
one.
yet to beat that game. I've yet to beat that game, but I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it.
Do you have it? Do you still play
I
it right
have
now?
it.
He's like,
I
it's
still
like,
have Super Nintendo games, and they still work, man. I still have them. They
that's
still
amazing.
work. Yeah.
Gosh, who was it? There's someone down here in tech. Is it Keith? Keith? I'll get the name for you. There's someone here that does
Mhm.
like NES cartridges
Ooh.
that you can custom make your own labels and stuff. And so it's just like an extra thing that you could have, you know what I mean?
Ooh, I like that.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just the label. Like obviously the NES
Yeah.
cartridge doesn't work, but that would just be fun to have, like a Codename Hunter NES cartridge.
Yes.
I'll see if I
Yeah.
can track him down. It's Keith Miller, I want to say. It's either him or his ex. I forget. One of them does those, but amazing. NES art, and then you can get a cartridge. It's amazing. I don't know what's on the cartridge. It's
Oh my
Dr.
god.
Mario. That's what's on there.
Oh man.
My wife always says, "You're going to share a room with a stranger from the internet?" I know.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
god.
why I was like, I probably won't be going, being that I'm female, because my husband will be like, "No, you're not getting in an RV with 4 dudes. Sorry." So
Uh,
someone putting out new NES games. Can't remember who. Yeah, I think it's Keith. I want to say, but I could be wrong.
hmm.
Retro gaming consoles, maybe. Or we made the grandkids take the same journey their dad. Like, you will play Mortal Kombat 1 first. Or you play the PlayStation 5 version, which is hard. I tried playing that one, I suck at it. Anywho, why don't you give everybody there's your social media, where they could follow you. Obviously, sign up for Ian's YouTube channel, Triple Threat.
Well, the brilliant thing is all the links are there for all my social media accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm currently on Facebook, so you just type in Facebook Triple Threat Comics, all in one word. I'm also on Twitter. Yes, I still call it Twitter. It's not X to me, so it's Twitter. But you just type in Comics Threat. Again, one word. Also on Instagram, Triple Threat Comics. And the Patreon page, Triple Threat Comics. And we're also on TikTok. Again, Triple Threat Comics. You get the point.
You're on TikTok? I didn't know this. I love TikTok. Wow. I'm addicted to TikTok. That's where I'm always scrolling.
Yeah.
So I'll go find you. Triple Threat Comics on TikTok.
That's right. Okay.
I'm Path of the Pale Rider with underscore between all the words, which is so terribly long. I just have regrets, but changing it now. So
yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll find you too.
Yeah. Well, I'll follow you and then you'll find me. Yours is probably really easier to type in than mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's the show, you guys. Thank you again, Ian, for coming on. We always have a good time. Join me on Thursday, you guys. I'm going to be live Thursday night. So we're going to do a Thursday evening brew.
Nice.
And I'm going to be hosting Doug Marcata. Do you know Doug Marcata?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from Forged in Fire who gets to try out all the weapons.
Yeah.
And he's a Kali practitioner. He has a comic book coming out. He did issue 1 that was funded, and now they're going to the trade. So 2, 3, and 4 are going to
no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called Lineage. So we'll be talking Thursday night with Doug. I'm a big fan, and I'll probably make an ass out of myself in the beginning before I can make words with him on the show.
You'll be fine.
I'll probably forget my own name. For the record, I'm a big fan of Doug. So not only is he in comic books, but he's a martial artist. And I was telling people this yesterday. There's a video on YouTube of him training with my very first teacher. So I need to know the story behind that. So I'm going to.
No way.
Yeah. So he was talking there's this whole video of him training. It looks like in like the hallway of a Marriott hotel. I was like, what are they doing? But if you guys want to know how I move, it's like in this video, that's my teacher. And I'm like, your very first martial arts teacher really makes an impression on you. Right. And so yes, he will kill. That is Doug. And so, I mean, like his TikToks are hilarious. He's done lightsaber tutorials. He's done, like ballet song tutorials and karambit tutorials. And, I'm not going to say that his part of Fortune Fire where he gets to kill all the things is an influence for the slice and dice. But yes, it is. You know what I mean? Like you get to pick the weapon and I get to destroy things with the weapon. It's kind of what he does. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that's hey, just followed you on TikTok, Ian. Very cool. Fish is on TikTok as well. So I like watching.
I just saw you, Fish. I think I started following you as well.
Yeah. That's where you can go watch him talk about all his characters in the green zone. It makes you feel bad for all of them. Fish.
Thanks, man.
So that's the show, you guys. And so next week we'll be back, of course. Tuesday morning brew, and kiss your babies, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you all here next week. Make sure you follow on Thursday to watch me make a fool of myself. I'm just saying that's going to happen. Anyway, love you all. Talk to you later, and bye.
Bye, folks.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the perpendicular.
Oh, go on and spit that bat out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Very now, say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Música